Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Melissa. Pay period number 1 of May is over. Yes, it is over and we need to close out the budget. So let's hop on in. The first pay period of May ran from April 25th. That was the last paycheck that I received. That paycheck took care of the first 2 weeks or till my next paycheck, which was May 10th. So this one is going up until May 9th, and let's just track our transactions. So on the 25th, I got paid for $2,313.98, and hubby sent over $1,000. So most of these transactions for the first week of this pay period you probably already heard of, because this was on my monthly closeout in YNAB. So if you haven't seen that video, take a look. I will link it in the cards. It's wrapping up YNAB and rolling over into May. All right. On the 25th, I went to CVS. I picked up some household goods for $17.44. Personal spending same day for $11.05. I got a snack from the vending machine at work for $1. So I'm just going to try to run through these a little bit quickly. The bagel shop on the 25th for $17. That was breakfast with my oldest. Hubby transferred over $20 on the 26th for breakfast for her and I to go out again on the 26th for $17.38. So he sponsored us. The babysitter was paid on the 26th for $300. Child support went out for $263. I went to CVS again. I spent $3 in other kids' expense. One of my sister's birthday was on the 26th of April, and my other sister and I, we took her out to dinner. Well, I didn't pay, but I contributed to the tip for $20. So this famous footwear I talked about for $99.37. Walmart for groceries on the 27th for $109.71. Walmart again for $11.99. BJ's for groceries $107.30. And for household goods $23.99. ShopRite for groceries $163.98 and $13.28. So this was a big shop day because I needed to stock up on a few things. I was out of a lot of things in the house, including food. So we did a lot of shopping on that day. SiriusXM came out on the 27th for $7.27. Because we were out shopping, I took the kids to McDonald's for $20.18, and they were out of school for this week. T-Mobile, I had paid this on my credit card originally, but I was able to cover this, so I'm going to check it off to $99.82. I spoke about my New York State taxes coming in for $303. I sent my older daughter $20 for fund money. We gained some interest on our accounts for $2.10. Optimum was paid using my credit card for $112.95, but that was paid back. I bought fuel for the car, $50.06 at Speedway on the 30th. And the periodontist for $600 that I'm waiting for the insurance to reimburse me. So those were expenses in the month of April that you've probably already heard about. Now let's hop into May. So I wrote the check for the landlord for $2,500. It has not been cashed yet, so we won't check it. But I did set the money aside. It's still in the bills account waiting to be paid out. So you know about my federal taxes coming in for $3,304. Student loan went out for $40. Gala Fresh was for groceries, $9.89. This was a cash expense, and I say cash expense because the next two at the market for $32.78 was a credit card expense that has been paid back, and the $62.46 in additional groceries on the credit card has been paid back. PSEG was paid on my credit card but paid back for $103.17. It came in under what I had budgeted. Carter's, I did buy my little one some clothes. I already spoke about this for $199.20. I paid one main $600. I think you guys already heard about this one too. I set aside money for the braces. The braces has not been charged to the card yet, but the money was already set aside. CVS, other kids' expense was $10.16. Ace Hardware for household goods on the 3rd for $15.19. CVS again for other kids' expense for $35.18. And household goods for $6.06. And the DMV on the 3rd for miscellaneous car expense, I renewed the car tags for $222.50. That was for our expedition. And I did transfer in money from savings because I had a little bit of money saved up, $122.50. And I only pulled out $122.50 because I had already set aside $100 from our tax return. And I do have additional monies left in there, but I do need to renew the tax for the second car. I made a credit card payment to my Apple Card for $41.93. And this was the interest that was charged to the card, which also took care of the minimum payment. I paid my Discover card for $165 on the 3rd, and I set aside money for Mattress Firm. That's an automatic payment that's coming out on the 14th for $67. I paid the babysitter $220 on the 3rd. My Geico insurance was set aside for $265.50, so this one is coming out tomorrow, the 13th. So next up, I set aside the renter's insurance money also for $43.75. These have not cleared. On the 5th, I went to the market for groceries for $12.98. And then I stopped in at the bagel shop for breakfast for $3. I took my little one to the pediatrician. I paid a $25 copay. And then the SSI came in. So you already heard about the SSI coming in because I budgeted that in YNAB. If you haven't seen that video, please take a look. I will link it either in the cards or the description down below. That was for $1,342. Then I made a loan payment to my auto loan right away for $939.23. That cleared. My HP Inc. subscription went out for $162. I went to CVS again for some household goods, $46.96 for $27.97 and for $11.15. BCCC, I dropped off a check for $20. That's still, somewhere. And on the 8th, the ice cream truck. So I spent $29, and Lord have mercy. We heard the ice cream truck, and my little one wanted some ice cream. So I'm like, okay, what can that do? How bad can it hurt? Well, it hurt my eating out budget, $29. On the 9th, I went to ShopRite for groceries for $142.88. And then BJ's again, I needed paper towels and toilet paper and rice. So I buy those in bulk for $112.40 and $62.55. Next up, I transferred some money over from savings, and I don't think this is correct. So I'm going to put this to 0. I don't think that's correct. I have to go in and reconfigure that because I think I pulled it back. I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm just going to put it at 0 instead of deleting. I sent my daughter some fun money for $15. I went to the Shell gas station and bought gas for $100. So on the 9th, also, I went to McDonald's for breakfast. This was the day I was going shopping for $12.48. I was by myself and I was out the house early, so I stopped for breakfast. My Peloton subscription went out for $44. Debt Payoff Planner, the app, went out for $6.52. And I'm liking this app. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to keep it just yet. The yearly subscription on this, and I'm afraid to do it because I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. The yearly subscription is only $24. So I probably should just go ahead and do it for $24 instead of having it renew for almost $7 because 7 times 3 is 21. So 3 months is going to be for like the full year. I need to figure this out. Then I sent over $15 to savings. So this is an automatic amount that comes out of my account. So you guys, I think that's all the transactions that went through for the first pay period. So let's just jump over into the budget and see what kind of damage we caused. Lord, I'm having a little bit of issues. Let me just put it out there with the rollover and what's left over. So I only had, other than our bills account, I have my personal account that I keep money in. Now, my personal bill account or my personal or primary account is always mixed up because I usually have money that's sitting there waiting to be paid to something. So, what I did, I have already fixed this. I have opened another account that I will use for my personal bill account. So, money that I need to hold or money that needs to be set aside will be pulled out just so I'm not confused. So 11041 was what I budgeted, was what I rolled over. I didn't budget anything. Our main income was budgeted as $3,600, but we bought in $4,655 and 98 cents. This is our main income. So this is the SSI, my paycheck, and hubby's contribution. The miscellaneous or transfers that came in was our tax returns. So $3,751.60, and including anything that came in from savings or any other money that I got. So that's a total of $8,517.99. The rent check was set aside for $2,500. That was the budgeted amount. I didn't budget anything for electric because if you guys do remember when I mapped this out, I didn't have much money working with. So I only had the $3,600 working with. But because additional monies came in, I paid what needed to be paid up next, right? So $103.17 was what I paid for electric. $40 was budgeted for student loan, $40 was paid. One main wasn't budgeted. So column C here is what I budget for the month or what is expected to be paid out for the month. So I paid $600 to one main. There we go. Car insurance wasn't budgeted in this pay period, but I was able to set aside the $265.50. That's 50 cents under the monthly budget. $43.75 was set aside for renter's insurance. Nothing was budgeted in this pay period. $164 set aside for the braces. Nothing was budgeted. $939.23 was paid for the auto loan. Nothing was budgeted. $300 for the cell phone. I came in under at $299.82. Internet wasn't budgeted, but because I paid it on my credit card and then paid it back, $112.95 was what was paid. What I was expecting to pay for the month was $123. Lending club, nothing happened here, nothing budgeted, nothing paid. Babysitter, $220 was budgeted because I only budgeted for what I had. I was expecting to figure out how to bring in more monies to pay the second week, but anyway, we ended up paying $520. Child support was on point, $263. After school, only check they took was $20. That's it. They didn't take any more. Subscriptions, I budgeted $54. I spent $59.41. Not bad. So total fixed expenses, I budgeted $3,377 and I spent $5,930.83. So that's a lot. Okay, in the flexible section, copay and meds, I didn't budget anything. I spent $25. Eating out, I budgeted $10. I spent $100. $100.04. Fuel for the car, I budgeted $50. I spent $150.06. And these are going to be a little bit out of whack because I was able to put more money in. I was able to allocate more monies out of the money that I brought in, both for anything extra and also for the tax returns. So that's why these numbers are so far off. Groceries, $140. I spent $7.60 and 32 cents. Wow. Heating oil, we're doing okay. Nothing budgeted, nothing spent. Household, $23 budgeted. That's all I had. Spent $237.12. I couldn't stick to the 23, just like I couldn't stick to the 140 because we needed more and then more monies came in. So I was able to allocate more funds. We needed more funds. We did. Miscellaneous car expense, it wasn't budgeted, but I spent $222.50. Other kids' expense, I didn't budget anything, but I spent $381.91. Personal spending, I only spent $11.05, but I didn't budget anything. Propane, nothing budgeted, nothing spent. Given, nothing budgeted, nothing spent. Savings, nothing budgeted, but I sent $15 over, which was great. And unexpected spending, I didn't budget anything and I spent $620. So that's $223 that was budgeted, but we spent $2,523. So that's $2,500 more. Oh, no, it's not. It's $2,300 more. Okay. All right. So only reason why these numbers is so far off is because I received more money. And that's the reason why. Okay. There's more money that came in, but there's more money that also went out. So I need to jump back over here because I think I clicked on the orthodontist and I didn't pay that back yet. The periodontist, I'm sorry. I didn't pay that back yet. So that's a mistake on my part. All right, now let's go. In the credit card section, nothing for Marcus. I paid $165 to Discover even though nothing was budgeted. $67 to Mattress Firm, nothing was budgeted. And $41.93 to Apple and nothing was budgeted. Everything else remained the same. So that's $273.93 and there was nothing budgeted. So let's do a little bit of summary. So So $8,517.99 came in. $8,727.76 went out, putting me over budget $209.77. And this is where I have an issue. So as you can see over here, this $600 wasn't paid back. This is on my credit card. So technically, it is in the budget when it comes over to the sheet, but it wasn't paid back. It's on a credit card waiting to be paid when the insurance reimbursed me. So this $209.77, it's not really $209.77. I actually ended the pay period with money in hand. It's only because I entered the amount and I'm going to keep it in there because I want to know what it is where I spent the money. So even though it's not paid back, it is what it is. I'm leaving it in the budget. So you guys, this is what it is. This is pay period number 1 of May. It didn't go bad, you guys. Monies came in when it was needed, not when I was expecting it, but it came in when it was needed and it was able to fill a lot of gaps. So far, so good. I'm doing pretty good. We're now into pay period number 2 of May and things are going so far, so good. So you guys, I appreciate you for stopping by and watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love for you to follow along with my journey. And if you do click subscribe, don't forget to turn your post notification bell on. And leave me a comment down below. What would you do different with, this? How would you do it different, especially with this over budget amount here? Let me know. So you guys, my name is Melissa, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye now.